senator left. Mark, I'm glad you stayed. Mark doesn't want to hear what I'm going to say. I'm joking. Mark and I enjoy our sparring. Good afternoon, I think. It's afternoon.
Yes, sir.
It's like my 10th thing I've gone to today. Real quick, because I know y'all listen to a lot of things, just my perspective. I support the bridge in one way, shape, or form. You know, I was in the House under Bobby Jindal for 9 years of deficits. And now I've been either in the legislature or state treasurer every year that we've had surpluses. I had a conversation with some legislators this morning. I'm sort of like a parent in the room that, you know, I represent the whole state. So it's like having 4.5 million kids or family members, and you have to do what's best for the family, right? Y'all nod your head, yes. You have to do what's best for the family. One of my big concerns is this tax, sales tax, is a killer. And you need, I just said this in front of a group. We're one of the biggest social states, meaning taker states in the United States. Go look at it. 62 cents on the dollar right now, and this year's budget's coming from the feds. 62 cents. Anybody think that's good?
No.
It's awful. It's awful. Now, it's easy for somebody from St. Tammany, Calcasieu, you know, there's 3 or 4 places in the state that, quite frankly, you can get away with that. But there's a whole bunch of places in the state where you can't. So, my parent in the room position often brings things up that people really don't want to discuss, like, hey guys, I was here when we tried to cut the budget and we couldn't, and had to put this sales tax in place. It was originally in place for 18 months. Then it got, after I became treasurer, it was amended and moved to 5 years, which I thought was a mistake, because the legislature, the process only works when the bazooka's loaded and the trigger's ready to go off, or it's status quo. I mean, that's just the reality of the process. Why? Exactly what Mark just said. You got issues in Southwest Louisiana. Don't forget about I-12. It took me an hour and 39 minutes to get to the Capitol this morning. That should have took me 55 minutes for traveling I-12. I mean, it is a parking lot. So, I mean, it's unbelievable. Baton Rouge has a problem. The North Shore has a problem. Southwest Louisiana has a problem. All while we are the poorest, unhealthiest, and probably most uneducated state in the nation. And how are we going to fix that? Because ultimately, we have to fix that. Or we're not going to pay for the bridge, we're not going to pay for Baton Rouge, and we're not going to pay for the North Shore. So I just remind the legislators, I was in that building when we could not, and I'm going to blame the Republicans, did not have an answer to how to fix it. Couldn't come up with the cuts, couldn't come up with the changes. So what happened? We now have the highest sales tax in the United States of America. And what do we have to show for it? We can't build a bridge in Baton Rouge. We can't build a bridge in Calcasieu Parish. We can't fix I-12 on the North Shore. And we got the highest daggone sales tax in America. So I don't want to be Debbie Downer, and I'm sure your dessert was very good. But those are the reality kind of conversations that your state treasurer has with legislators while they're here in the building. Much harder when they're not here. But I guess it's nice to be flush with cash, but it's sort of like we never have enough. We just never ever seem to have enough cash. But I do like it. We just named unclaimed property mascot. His nickname is Cash. I don't know if y'all have seen the commercials. It's not my idea, but Cash is flying around trying to give away cash. But anyhow, but look, things are, I guess it's better to have money than not. You're never going to get away from the parochialism, but we got to figure out a way. We got to figure out a way to help Southwest Louisiana. We got to figure out a way to help Baton Rouge and the North Shores of parking lot. So we'll see what happens. Happy to be your treasurer. Don't forget to check your unclaimed property. $900 million. We just got $110 new million to the program. It's unbelievable. It's like trying to drink water out of Mississippi one cup at a time. It just never stops coming. but everybody in here, either you or somebody in your family, has some unclaimed property money. One more thing that I'm gonna mention to you, because I'm hoping that next year we can come back to it. It didn't get any legs this year, but the trouble you went through after the storm, look, Deborah Kell and I grew up together. Talked to him quite a bit after the storm, and George and I communicated a few times. So, you know, you really, I believe we need an entrepreneurial spirit in government. So I didn't want to know what the problems were. I really want to know, how do we fix these problems? I think we need to do a better job in cash management, but nobody trusts the system. But there's not a day that goes by. I can show you on my phone right now, we got about $1.7 billion sitting in our cash account. $1.7 billion, and I could be 800 million tomorrow. But generally it flows about $1 billion. So I decided, you know what? I'm state chairman of the bond commission. I had approved the loans to Calcasieu Parish because FEMA does a pretty crappy job at best. And they don't know what timely is, heavens forbid, you know, so, but if we just sit around waiting for the government to fix our problems, guess what's gonna happen? Nothing. You know why you got the money you got now? Because of last hurricane season. That went from here to New York, right? That's the fact of life. Or we'd still be sitting, waiting. So what I proposed this year was to create a revolving loan program for emergencies, for infrastructure, and use our own cash flow, and come in and insert cash at the beginning of these disasters on things that we know we're gonna get reimbursed from FEMA on. I mean, we are experts at it, y'all, right or wrong. Do we not know what we're gonna be reimbursed for? Look, after the pandemic, I belong to these National Treasure Association. We have states like Arizona and others that have never taken a FEMA dollar. They didn't know what to do with it. I went on the phone joking with them, just call me after a while. We're experts in Louisiana. We'll tell you how to spend that FEMA money. You know? But the feds are just throwing around money left and right. And we have cash just sitting in funds. We have to do a better job at using that and not constantly sit around waiting for the feds to come to our rescue. Y'all have a great day. If I can help you with something, give us a holler. Enjoy your lunch. George, always good to see you. Thank you.